Well, there is some family disagreement here. They all agree there's something very strange about another death of another young black model, Maleesa Mooney. She was found dead September 12th, 2 days after Nichole was found.
Both girls were models. One was 31 and one was 32. So the similarities there. They both lived in the same neighborhood.
And now police have two downtown deaths they're trying to understand. Both women described as full of life, even now as investigators try to understand their deaths.
Authorities with the LAPD are investigating the suspicious deaths of two models who were found in their downtown Los Angeles luxury apartments just 3 miles and 2 days apart from one another. These are the stories of Nicole Coats and Maleesa Mooney. Around 10 a.m. on September 10th, the LAPD responded to the 700 block of Grand Avenue to the 8th and Grand Apartments to perform a welfare check. However, no one responded. Around 2 hours later, someone called to report a dead body at the home. The body would be positively identified as that of 32-year-old model Nicole Coats.
I'm speechless right now. I'm hurt. I'm heartbroken.
Sharon Coates can't believe her daughter is gone. Neither can her aunts.
Nicole was a beacon of light. She lit up the room when she came in. She was always smiling.
Are you getting shy?
Her family says Nicole was bigger than life, a great personality, a loving person with no enemies that they know of. But you have a feeling that there's some foul play involved.
Yes, I do.
Sharon thinks so too.
From what I seen in her bed, I screamed when I seen it because there was a lot of blood.
Her parents are divorced and each have a different opinion. Her dad.
My initial was that it looked like she might have just went in her sleep.
But he says he wants to think that until a coroner's report says otherwise, if it does. He wants to remember the last time he saw her, the Thursday before her death. And she seemed...
Oh, she was normal.
32-year-old Nicole Coats, affectionately known as Nikki to family and friends, was an amazing daughter and friend. She was a vibrant, outgoing, passionate, and loving soul who touched and affected everyone she crossed paths with. Nicole never met a stranger, had no known enemies, and was loved by her friends and community. Nicole also had a passion for modeling, something that came easy to her. According to Nicole's family, she went on a date on September 8th with an unidentified man just 2 days prior to the discovery of her body. Family and friends were unable to get in contact with her for days, prompting them to request a welfare check. Nicole's untimely death left her family both shocked and confused. Her father and a few other family members were present alongside police as they discovered Nicole's lifeless body, describing the scene as both bloody and gruesome. Nicole was unrecognizable. In fact, the only way they knew it was her was from her tattoos. Her family believes foul play is involved, citing the fact that Nicole was discovered with one of her legs up in the air in a kicking position, not indicative of someone who simply passed away while lying in bed. Her family remains devastated and frustrated at the lack of answers and information from investigators, and that the LAPD has no information of any type of homicide or anything. Meanwhile, another death eerily similar to that of Nicole's would have the community and Nicole's family questioning the investigation as a whole. A GoFundMe has been created to cover Nicole's unexpected funeral expenses and has since raised more than $14,000.
Family of Nichole or Nikki Coats are still in shock that she was found dead inside her apartment on Sunday.
I was so distraught. I couldn't even, no tears wouldn't even come out. I just felt like everything was moving slow motion, and I still am in shock. I'm so in shock right now. I'm still in denial that she's not here.
The model was in her early 30s and lived alone in her downtown apartment. The family thinks her death feels a bit suspicious based on how she was found.
We just know that she was found. She was found dead in her apartment. It just didn't look right to us. It didn't look right how she was positioned in the bed. She was even unrecognizable for what my auntie had told me and what my uncle had told me as well, that she was unrecognizable in the face as if she'd been beat. And they had to identify her by her tattoos.
Nikki's cousin Shania also says alarms went off in her head when she saw a similar story recently of a woman named Maleesa Mooney, who was also found dead inside her apartment downtown in Bunker Hill. Her death is now under a homicide investigation.
We just want to know what happened. We want to know what happened because it just doesn't seem right. And we're just like, is there a correlation between these two females? Is there a correlation? Because they were both almost in the same area. It was both almost in the same area. I think they were both in downtown LA or just within that certain, mileage within that area. So we were just kind of like, when we seen that, we were just like, okay, we need to make sure that this isn't something else because it just didn't seem right.
As they wait for more answers, Shania is remembering her cousin for the vibrant, loving person she was.
This is our reality now, like living without her, and I know it's not going to hit for a while until holidays come up and really, when people come over, family members come over, I know she's not going to walk in the door. And I know it's not going to hit yet because this still has not hit me. It has not. But I just know I love her, and I will forever love her, and I just want her spirit and her legacy to live on.
Just 2 days later, and only 3 miles away, around 4 p.m. on September 12th, LAPD responded to a radio call for a second welfare check in the 200 block of South Figueroa Street in downtown LA's Sky at Bunker Hill apartments. Once inside, they would locate the deceased body of 31-year-old Maleesa Mooney. 31-year-old Maleesa Mooney was a sweet, loving, and ambitious woman. Her family considered her a peacemaker and the backbone of the family, always ensuring that everyone spent quality time together. Maleesa also worked as a published model and real estate agent at Beverly Hills-based agency Nest Seekers and had only moved into her new home a month ago. A look into the case revealed Maleesa's family called for a welfare check after their blue text message conversations with her began to turn green, signaling a change in Wi-Fi and data services. They were also unable to reach her via phone calls. During an initial welfare check to the home, LAPD found nothing suspicious, leaving Maleesa's family confused. After a week went by with no response, they knew something was off, prompting them to contact police again, confirming their suspicions that something was wrong. Maleesa's sister, Guyanese pop singer Jordan Pauline, says Maleesa's iCloud had an alert that she was still online, leading her to believe that her murderer was attempting to steal and sell her iPhone and MacBook.
LAPD's Homicide Bureau is now investigating to determine a cause of death, though her family thinks she was killed.
Whoever did it stole her belongings because they're trying to sell her iPhone and her MacBook because her iCloud is it had an alert like she was on.
Residents of the Sky at Bunker Hill Apartments where this happened have been left shaken.
It is scary. It does scare me because, it's a building, apartment buildings. I'm just right down the hall.
And a family has been left ripped apart.
My sister is the most amazing girl ever. She's so kind. She's so genuine. She's so loving. To have someone do what they did to my sister to that caliber is sick.
An emotional statement on her Instagram, saying in part, "Never in a million years did I think I'd have to make this post and get justice for my one and only sister. My heart is crushed. I can't believe you won't be here with us anymore. You are so loving and so kind to everyone."
Maleesa's new neighbors also informed her family that the last time they saw her, she and several friends were walking into her apartment. Maleesa's friends were seen leaving the residence. However, Maleesa was never seen by her neighbors again. Residents living in the 450-unit high-rise have allegedly been raising the alarm about weird, suspicious activity in the building over the last few weeks. Police are unsure just how long Maleesa was deceased inside of the apartment. However, unlike the case of Nicole Coats, Maleesa Mooney's death is being investigated as a homicide. As of right now, LAPD says it is unclear whether there is any link between the two deaths. The LAPD said Maleesa's cause of death remains unknown pending a post-mortem examination. The department said in the release that it's seeking assistance from the public in identifying the coroner's report. The lack of additional information regarding a possible suspect or suspects, as well as a motive, has left two families devastated and concerned that a serial killer may be looking for their next target. 1 week after her untimely and senseless murder, family, friends, and supporters of 31-year-old Maleesa Mooney gathered in downtown Los Angeles Sunday evening to honor her life. Attendees were asked to wear pink, and pink balloons were released in her memory. On September 20th, Destin Dance Studio will be hosting a special adult hip-hop beginners dance class to honor Nicole's life. In doing so, they hope to raise funds to assist her family with funeral expenses. The investigation into both cases remains ongoing.